Howdy, folks, and welcome back to The Mandalorian. We're up to Season 2, Episode 2, Chapter 10, of course. No title yet. We'll find out shortly. I am massively curious about where we're going to go in this episode. I really don't know where, because in the first episode, it seemed like we told a really cool story, a little cool side mission, and then at the end, Boba Fett. I mean, come on. If that's going to happen in the first episode, I have no clue what's going to happen in the second episode. Is he even leaving this planet? Is he still going to be here on Tatooine? Are we going to see Boba Fett again? Some people are saying we won't see him until next season. Some people are saying we won't see him until later in the season. I'm kind of hoping and maybe thinking we might see him now. I hope. We may not, but I hope we do. I hope that he does have some kind of interaction with Din Djarin, our Mando. I don't know what that would be, because I don't know what is or isn't canon with regard to Boba Fett these days about what his connection is to the Mandalorians and all of that. I think the last I heard was canon had him as not a Mandalorian, but maybe his ancestors were. I don't know. But, yeah, I have no clue what's going to happen in this episode. I was thinking to myself about how Season 1, Episode 1, we were introduced to a new character, and two new characters. One was a friend that we saw again later, and one was a rival that became kind of an enemy at the end, and then later on became a friend. And I was thinking in this first episode, we were introduced to the Marshal, who's a friend who might come back later, and then Boba Fett. I'm like, wow, that's kind of an interesting. I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that they're paralleling their structures. I just thought it was kind of curious that happened. And in Episode 2 of Season 1, of course, we weren't introduced to any new characters. I mean, the Jawa, but they're not, they're not named characters. And so I'm wondering if we'll get the same thing in this one. Probably not. We'll probably be introduced to some new named characters, but who knows? It might just be Armando and Boba Fett. Let's find out. Here we go. This is a really cool intro. I had to pause this. This opening reminds me so much of that trailer scene in the last Star Wars film. Right? Rise of Skywalker? That scene where Rey is in the desert and the TIE fighter is approaching. I just, for some reason, I got a flash of that. Does anybody else? By the way, I gotta say, still on Tatooine, so I was right there. Oh, these fools. Please tell me Mando's helmet, the advanced systems in his helmet, where you can see thermals and everything, are going to give away the fact that there's a trap here. Come on. Nope. Oh, baby Yoda. That a Jawa? Oh, nice. Uh-oh. He is a Jawa. He got this jetpack remote controlled. I bet you it's on a remote control, right? No? Oh, cool. You okay? Yep. There's something, before we see the title, there was something I was very curious about. Was he going to bother? I mean, literally, it's just picked up minutes after he left, right? He hasn't had time to clean off his armor. I was going to wonder if he was going to bother cleaning it off, or if it was going to leave marks on his armor so that now he won't be as shiny and he'll have actual damage, battle damage, essentially, from his kill, which seems kind of a Mandalorian thing to do, I think, maybe. I don't know a lot about Mandalorians, but it seemed like it would be a thing to do, is to have some scars, so to speak, on their armor to indicate what they've been through. So maybe he will just leave it there and wash it off at some point, but leave it on there long enough to leave some marks. So let's see what the title is. The Passenger. Okay. Is he going to pick somebody up? Is he going to be the passenger? Or is he going to pick somebody up to be on his ship to be the passenger? And will that person be Boba Fett? This also raises a very interesting question about what that armor... The armor is very technological. What does it do for him? right? Does it? I mean, obviously he takes his helmet off when he eats because we saw him do that in season 1. Does it have a way to supply water? Does it have a cooling system? I'm just wondering how long he can last out here. Speaking of parallels to season 1, the second episode it also started with him being ambushed and people after the child, right? They are going to cook the meat and eat it. So they're using an engine to do it.
Which is?
The contact wants passage to the system.
Vouch for them?
On my life.
I'm not a taxi service.
No.
This is going to get us the scene where this person with the tank on its back at the docks. Remember where we see the hooded figure? So that hooded figure might be this episode.
But I can vouch for her.
Oh. Don't eat one of those. Those aren't for you for eating. No, don't you eat those eggs. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No, nap time.
Oh boy. She's gonna know how many eggs she had. Oh. Oh, here's the X-Wings we saw in the trailer.
Hold on.
I think she's holding on. She's gonna go check on her eggs, right? Ouch. Oh crap. Why is he?
What did you eat?
Well, the good thing is it doesn't look like she kept count or she hasn't had time to recount. But why is he... I don't understand why he's not being stricter with the child. He obviously isn't listening to him. I know he can't do much about it, but he could be a little more forceful in telling him no.
This cannot wait until morning.
Oh! She programmed him to translate for her. Oh, that's cool. One thing he could do is he could tell her, don't let your eggs out of your sight. Don't tell him why. Don't tell her why. Just say, don't let your eggs out of your sight. What is that leaking? What's that green stuff? Coolant? I think he's trying to tell him that there's something going on inside. Found a hot spring, huh? Nice.
There you are.
Stop him.
No.
Is he twitching a lot because he's cold like that? Or is it just how he's moving? He thinks that's food. Does look organic. Oh no. What if the mother comes along? A big version of that thing looks really scary. Or would look really scary. Oh, they're hatching. Oh, here's Mama. I feel for you if you don't like spiders. They don't bother me, but wow, if you don't like spiders, this must be horrible, horrifying right now. Oh, that hurt it. Oh, I was all excited there. Oh, she didn't kill the mother. Hurt it, didn't kill it. Ouch. Who's doing that? Did he find the covert? Is it Mando's? That sounds more like blasters from Rebels. Like it's the X-Wing pilots. Yep, sure is. Well, now he knows the way out. That's helpful. No. Oh. I would just say that Baby Yoda there is mischievous, kind of like Yoda is a little bit. But that's the last eggs from a line, a dying line. It's not funny, but it is funny. But it's not funny. It shouldn't be funny. Very cruel what he's doing. But he doesn't. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't know. I don't know. That's the end? That seemed a very short episode. Yeah. Only 36 to 37 minutes of actual content? Less than that. 36 minutes probably. This first part was a recap, right? Yeah. Started at about, wow. So like 34 minutes almost of content. That was pretty small, pretty short. It was a cool little story, but obviously the next episode is where we're going to go to the planet where we saw in the scenes that we had the docks, and the art is just that Spider-Man. Like I said, I'll get that off in case you're somebody who doesn't like spiders, but if you don't like spiders, man, you probably didn't even watch this episode. Because that's bad. Oh, there we go. That's a much better one. But yeah. Okay, so the X-Wings are explained. From the trailer, everybody wondered, were they helping him? It always seemed to me from the beginning that they were the ones who were after him. Because the Razor Crest was hurt. And then we saw the X-Wings chasing him, and I thought, okay, well, I thought the X-Wings might have shot at him. And they were definitely not on his side, and they were definitely after him. And it looks to be the case here. They were after him, but in the course of looking for him, they did a little more, research into the logs and stuff, and kind of made a in-the-field decision that even though he participated in something bad, he kind of redeemed himself too, and is probably one of the good guys. So they made the call to just not take him in, especially since his ship was messed up. But they also didn't want to help him with the ship. But they did help him by killing the spiders and saving him, or helping to kill the spiders and saving him. Killing the big one for sure. So, I mean, it is kind of an even swap, right? They let him go, but they still saved his life, and then, asking them to help him repair the ship would have been a little too much. Especially since it looks like he said, the, times are tough, and apparently they're spread kind of thin. Those two X-Wings are probably patrolling a very large sector, and they just don't have time to waste to help everybody out. Who can help themselves, technically, which is what the Mando is doing anyway. So, very cool. The whole child eating the eggs thing was sort of funny, but also sort of, worrisome in the beginning. But then it got kind of almost stupid how often he was stealing them. And Mando wasn't doing anything to guard the eggs a little better, maybe even telling her, like I said, when it first started, when she could, when she was leaving them alone, to maybe take better care of them, hold them tight, which is what she did this time. She knows, I think, he's taken some, or that some have gone missing because, she covered up the container and held it really tight when he looked at them. But then, of course, he'd already snuck one. Must be a delicacy, I guess. Dang it. Those, I feel bad for her. I mean, if the story she's telling is the truth, which I'm going to assume it is, then I feel really bad that he was doing that. That's. There are some people who actually are speculating that maybe the child is a little, I don't want to say evil, but a little dark, maybe. The whole choke, force choke thing that was done on Kara, while it seemed innocent, like he was trying to help Daddy, it's also a lot of people were saying, I don't know enough about this, but a lot of people who read the books and stuff were saying that that's like a dark side, a Sith skill. I don't know if it's necessarily a Sith skill or it's just something Sith do but Jedi don't, and maybe the child just doesn't know the difference, right? Maybe every Jedi could do it, but they just don't do it. But then there's that, and then there's this where he knows. I think I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to say that I think the child knows what she. I think the child can understand everybody. I really do. And I think he can understand that he or she, I guess we don't really know for sure. They refer to him as a he. That he can understand that that is the last of her line. And that every egg is very important. And yet he still eats them. Because they taste good. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he can do some things that appear bad. So he needs some strong parental guidance, is what I'm trying to say, and I don't know if Mando's actually giving that. Mando's doing a great job of providing an example, but is he doing enough guidance and enough discipline for when the child is doing wrong things? If he's to be as its father, he needs to do that. He needs to make sure that the child knows what's right and what's wrong, right? I don't think he's taking that part seriously of his story. Now, obviously, there are bigger things to worry about in this episode, but in general, I wonder if that's something that is going to come up, his parenting of the child. So next episode, I guess we'll get more. This was a pretty short one. I guess we were spoiled by the first one being so long, closer to an hour range. This one's like 30-something minutes. But they did that a couple times in season 1 as well. In fact, I think maybe episode 2 was. I don't know. So, not much else to talk about. The spiders were kind of cool. Again, if you don't like spiders, you were wigged out, and I feel sorry for you. But I don't like spiders, but they don't terrify me or wig me out or anything. Is "wig me out" an expression still used these days? So anyway, speaking of wigs, I need to get a haircut. Turn it into a hippie. My hair's getting too long. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode. What you thought about my thoughts about this episode. And what do you think about the whole parenting of Mando? Mando parenting the child thing. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.